what a huge opportunity we have. My task up front, I'll be speaking a little later in the program, but right now my opportunity is my opportunity to see that we take advantage of this huge opportunity. It is my privilege to present the county executive of Nassau County. Let me present him by saying 6 years ago, approximately 6 years ago, when he came into office and brought me on at the same time, he personally walked me to my office and looked me in my eyes and said, I feel that I expect you and your team to do great things to make sure that women and minorities have an opportunity to participate in procurement with Nassau County. To that end, he has not let up, particularly on this project. He has really given the mandate for us to go full steam to make sure that the outreach certifications are there. I want you to know that's the kind of energy. It's not just politics, but it's the energy behind the heartbeat of making sure that all residents in Nassau County have opportunities to participate in economics and economic development and business. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll be hearing more from me a little later. Would you please welcome to the podium, amid this busy schedule, our county executive, Edward P. Mangattan.
Well, it's certainly an honor to join with you all here today, and we're thrilled by the turnout. Excellent turnout. First, let me acknowledge my colleagues in government that are with me here today. Presiding Officer Norma Gonzalez. Deputy Presiding Officer Rich Nicolella. So today's a great day. You know, this county has struggled over the last 2 decades to find a solution for our Coliseum. And with NEC, through a public-private partnership and a $260 million private investment, we will soon have a Coliseum that we could all be proud of. Part of their commitment, their contractual commitment, as well as their commitment in word and spirit, is to make certain that we do all that we can to involve minority-owned and women-owned businesses. And that's why we are here today to discuss how you can become more involved in the reconstruction of the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. I want to acknowledge Hunt Construction Project Manager Patrick Mullen is with us. Patrick? There you are, Patrick. And 3PL Consulting Project Manager Kelly Simons. Kelly's with us as well. There's many people out here that I know because of your involvement in leadership on the minority-owned and women-owned business issues. Also very proud of my staff, in particular, Deputy County Executive for Minority Affairs, Bishop Reverend Elliott, who I think has done an outstanding job. So, you know, clearly there has been a lack of registration or certification, which we believe has led to less participation than could be in government contracts. We've held a bi-county seminar, how to be certified, how to become more involved in the process. And Bishop Elliott has taken upon himself in his daily work to make certain that we register and certify as many businesses as possible so we can increase that participation. I'm very proud of their work in that regard. Certainly with the support of our presiding officer and our deputy presiding officer, we have made significant inroads, you know, with that regard. You should both be very, very proud of that. Today's seminar really provides a great opportunity to continue that commitment. Our interest is we want to see Long Islanders work here and build Long Islanders. The businesses here pay the taxes, they support our communities, and certainly it's our interest that they build what will become a very proud legacy for us all here in our great county. And so I don't want to go on, you know, too long because we really want to get to the substance of today, and that is to find out how you become more involved and hopefully achieve work on this most important project, a project that will take years, 18 months to build the Coliseum, and then there's a 188,000 square foot retail part of this that goes in that phase, and you should know we have other exciting projects happening on the hub, including Sloan Kettering, that we are in contract with to construct a cancer center on the property, $140 million plus cancer center on the property. And we have launched a program which we think if we achieve the support of New York State, which we believe that we put forth a very strong proposal for some infrastructure improvements, we believe we will be creating a biotechnology center right on that property as well. So there's significant job opportunities, both in the construction and then the continued employment on the hub property. And that's good news for all our residents here in the county of Nassau. So I thank you all for joining us here today. I'll just ask if the presiding officer would like to say a few words. Come on up here and say a few words. And I see Councilwoman Dorothy Gooseby is with us. She's been a great friend and leader on these issues.
Thank you, County Executive. Well, welcome and good afternoon. You know, maybe a beautiful day outside, but guess what? It's even more beautiful than here. Seriously. I know that the County Executive has mentioned some of the projects that are in the works and will afford a number of opportunities for minority-owned and women businesses. I believe it's something that I think all of us want, and we would like to continue the momentum. It's not only the Coliseum, Sloan Kettering, we may have another one with North Shore. It's many opportunities are showing themselves here in Nassau County. And I have to say, we have a county executive who certainly has kept the minority-owned and women in business in mind. And I think the things that are going to be happening are going to be making us all proud. So I'd like to say good luck, the very best to each and every one of you, and on we will go. Thank you.
Thank you, Norma. And we're on to the seminar. I do want to acknowledge Herb Flores is also here from Minority Affairs, and certainly Bishop Elliott and other staff here. I hope you find today informative, helpful, and certainly reach out to our staff after today if we can be of continued assistance. Thank you. God bless you. God bless America.
We have Shelley Braisley, who's in charge of basically monitoring and compliance, and we have two information that will be passed out or available to you.
My name is Patrick Mullen. I'm with Home Construction Group. As you can probably tell, I'm not from around these parts. I have been here with Hunt. We built Barclays Center. We're the construction manager at Barclays, and also we're part of City Field. At Nassau Coliseum, we're looking at probably about 25 to 30 prime contracts. Some of those are on the street now. We'll be going into finishes here, bidding those out pretty shortly. I have some of my superiors here, as well as our MWB coordinator that works at our corporate office. We'll be able to field any of your questions, and obviously it's a big goal of ours and to get everyone involved, and we're looking forward to get to know all you guys. And I'll be here, my team will be here, and we'll be working with 4 City and 3PL to obviously get the requirements and build a successful job.
So, like I said, we'll have multiple, programs to try to reach out to guys. We'll have one-on-ones. We'll have pre-bid meetings, and obviously we're looking to build the best thing possible with the best amount with the best people. So, with that, Linda, do you have anything further?
Hi, I'm Linda Chiarelli for our City of Rattler Companies. I'm the Deputy Director of Construction here, and I actually will be running the construction at Nassau Coliseum. I worked closely with the Hunt team through the Barclays Center days and would like to reinforce both their commitment and for our cities to really maximizing all the opportunities for MWBE, commitments on this project. And, we'll get into as things unfold. I know a lot of people are interested in what particular scopes of work there will be opportunities on. We have, this is a renovation, so there's a lot of intricate work involved. We have a new facade going in, there's terrazzo going, a lot of new electrical work, sound systems, demolition, new club space being built. So, it's just generally what you would expect with a renovation. The packages, as Pat alluded to, we've started going out with packages. We're hopeful that we will be starting work on at least the demolition side and the abatement, which is another big piece of this project. This month we're just waiting for the closing, which it looks like everything is aligning now that we will be able to start in October, and we're really excited about it, and we're happy to see so many people here. Thanks.
Everyone, thank you for coming out to join us today. My name is Kelly Simmons. I am a project manager with 3PL, and today I will be presenting information to you about the county's minority and women business-owned program. The information we'll be presenting will give you a background of the program. We'll talk about the threshold or the triggers that require MWBE participation in county projects. What is certification, who is eligible to be certified, and how does the county define an MBE, how do they define a WBE? And then I will turn the program over to Shelley Brazley, who is with the Office of Minority Affairs, and she will present information about the certification process and the benefits of certification. The program, the county's MWBE program is administered through the Office of Minority Affairs. And your main contacts at that office are, of course, Dr. Elliott and Shelley Brazley. Her contact information is up here. Their office is located just across the courtyard in the first floor of the building at 1 West. The program was established in 2002 when the county legislature passed local law 14-2002. And that law is titled Participation by Minority Group Members and Women in Nassau County Contracts. And the purpose was to, kind of obvious, to ensure meaningful participation by these groups in county contracts. The percentages of MWBE are set by evaluating the abilities of these groups to perform the required work. And the best efforts are used to meet these percentages. There are no set-asides. Through this program, the Office of Minority Affairs seeks to promote the startup of new businesses, the expansion of small businesses, and to increase economic opportunities for minority and women business-owned enterprises. The Office of Minority Affairs encourages contractors and proposers to have in place or develop an aggressive outreach and recruitment program for MWBEs to support and ensure their participation in county contracts. And, as Dr. Elliott has already said, OMA will work with Forest City, Ratner Companies, and Hunt to ensure maximum MWBE participation on this project. So what are the thresholds? What are the triggers for MWBE participation in a county job? Well, if you have a contract or a purchase order that is valued over $25,000 for labor, services, equipment, material, or any combination of these, or if you have a purchase order or contract worth $100,000 for the repair of real property, renovations, or construction, then you must have MWBE participation in your project. The way that you document the MWBEs that you're going to engage in this is by filling out a form called an MWBE utilization plan. And this completed form, along with the best efforts to contact these folks and engage them, are submitted as part of your proposal or bid package. The form is available on the Office of Minority Affairs, on the Office of Minority Affairs website, and this is their address. So the next few slides just go over this form. It's 3 pages, 4 parts. The first part is just general information. The second part is a contract summary. Third part is detailed information about the MBEs that you're gonna have on board. What work will they be doing? What dollar amounts do you see them participating with? The estimated complete and start dates. And the part 4 is that same detailed information before your WBEs. So how do you become a certified MWBE in Nassau County? Well, this is done through the Office of Minority Affairs. And it's really a review process that's designed to ensure that the small business is owned, operated, and controlled by the applicant. The certifications are granted for a minority business as well as a women-owned business enterprise. And you are eligible for this certification if you have, if your business is ongoing, independent, and it's owned and operated and controlled by minority group members and or by women. The ownership must be real, substantial, and continuing. It must independently control the business decisions, and the business must be in operation for at least 1 year. So how does Nassau County define an MBE? Well, if your business is at least 51% or more owned by minority group members, and Nassau County defines a minority group member as a U.S. citizen or permanent resident alien who is and can demonstrate one of the following, that they have membership, in one of the following groups: Black, Hispanic, Native American, and Asian Pacific. You must also make sure that your business ownership is real, substantial, and continuing, that minority ownership has and exercises the authority to independently control the day-to-day business decisions, that you are authorized to do business in New York State, and that you are independently owned and operated. And similarly, the county defines a WBE as a business that is at least 51% owned by one or more U.S. citizens or permanent resident aliens who are women. The ownership interest by these women is real, substantial, and continuing. The women ownership has and exercises the authority to control independently the day-to-day decisions of the business. They are authorized to do business in New York State, and they are independently owned and operated. And at this point, I would like to turn it over to Shelley Brinkley.
I'm excited to be here this afternoon. I'm excited for the opportunities that are here for the minority and women-owned businesses. I've been working in the office with Dr. Elliott for about going into our 6th year. And to see us finally meeting goals that have been set for these contracts is very exciting to me. That's what we've been working for, and we really want you to be successful. So, how do you do business with Nassau County? First, you must register. And then once you register, now I need to say this also, you don't have to be a minority or women-owned firm to do business with Nassau County. All you have to do is register. And if you have the capacity, you can get that job, okay? Then we, of course, do want you to register because there are other opportunities. Many of our businesses maybe can't handle a $20 million job, but how about 20% of that? So then that'll help you build capacity so that one day we envision you to be these primes. So once you call us and you decide that you do want to register with us, if you are already certified with New York State or one of the 5 compatible jurisdictions, you simply fill out a short form. That means that we can fast track your application and it won't take the typical 60 days. In any case, we should never be more than 60 days with an application. If you're responsive, then we ask for additional information. Okay, so the 5 reciprocal organizations would be the MTA, Schools Construction Authority, Empire State, Small Business, and Port Authority. I have to always throw this in. This is not a thorough program, but MTA and Port Authority also do disadvantaged business enterprise certifications. we need you to be certified as a DBE as well as an MWBE. It could be a federal program that comes up, and if that's federal money, then you have to have that certification to compete for that job. So, I need you guys to certify with everyone. If you're not certified with anyone, fill out all the applications at the same time. We all ask for the same information. We're going to ask you for the same taxes. We're going to ask you for everything is pretty much the same. So, I strongly urge that you certify with everybody, because you got to be in it to win it, okay? The long certification application is if you're not certified with anyone else, and then you're coming to Nassau County for the first time, you're certifying. So it is a lot of paperwork, but don't be discouraged. Cesari, we already started waving hand. That's Cesari Iman back there, and that's Pierre, Celestin, I'm sorry. These are our certification analysts. So they are well prepared to help you. So if you hit a tight spot and you need some help, we are at 1 West Street, 9 a.m. to 4:45. Don't come at 4:45. But we're there, and we're there to help you be successful. Okay, so then after you do all the paperwork, don't forget to turn it in. We will do an overview, and you will be successful. You really will be. The paperwork seems intimidating at first, but again, everybody asks for the same thing, and just do them all at one time. Okay, for Nassau County, we have a 60-day window. Okay, so you will be certified within a 60-day window. Some of the other agencies, it's a longer time. For Empire State Development, it's a little longer. But don't be discouraged with that either. This is what I really want you to do. If a job comes up in Nassau County, and it's funded through the state, and you have to be state certified, if you have something already on file, and we have a job, and the contractor is interested in you, I can make a phone call and say, listen, the application has been sitting there forever. We need you to give them, push this through so we can help you get this job. But if you never submitted your application, I can't help you. Okay? So just certify with everybody. Okay, if you're denied, which we work very hard so that you won't be, we try to help you get all your paperwork and everything. But if you are denied, then you have a right to appeal it. That process is about 30 days, and we don't want to see anyone turned away. But if you don't answer the questions, and when we call and you're not responsive, those are all the reasons that you would get denied. Now, the benefits of being an MWBE. One is I can help you with your other certifications, if you have issues with that. Two, there's a directory that you'll be listed in, and we'll help push you through the process, and that directory is online. When there are contractors that are looking for businesses to meet their goals, you're listed there. You get invitations to gatherings like this. This is unbelievable. I mean, this team did this in a week or less than a week. So to have this many people here, I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys, because this means that you all are going to make some money in Nassau County. So we are constantly pushing. Our office is pushing for you. If you've had some bad experiences, I apologize for that, but try again. You have to try again. You can't give up. Once you give up, that means there's no money for you to make. So give us another try, because we're here to help you. Okay. We will be around. The entire staff will be around. Dr. Elliott is coming back. We have some other pieces of information out there. We have a brochure. I think it's really good for MWBEs to know what good faith efforts are. You hear it a lot. So we put together these brochures to try to break down, what all these terms mean. But this brochure tells you what we're expecting from primes when we ask them for their good faith effort. So if we get a response like, oh, well, there's just no MWBEs out there, you get that. We want to see, well, what did you do? So we expect a phone call, we expect an email, we expect a follow-up, and we want to see it. And so this kind of maps out that information and what we want that solicitation log to look like. So you guys need to know that. There's also another brochure, Pierre has them in the back, that we did for our office. And one thing that's really important is the beginning of this, it tells you what county charter is, what the county law is, why our office was established in the first place. So you might want to know that. So you can come and judge us and see if we're doing what the law says we should be doing. And you can hold us accountable. Then the next section is all MWBE information. And this has nothing to do with today, but it's really important to also self-certify as a Section 3 business. We have other opportunities in the county where there are Section 3 opportunities, and nobody seems to know what that is. So I put it in here so that you would know, because it's a 10% goal on many of those Bay Park projects, and your name could be on one of them. So we'll be around so you can talk to us. You can talk to us about Section 3. There'll be some other workshops coming up to help you, but that's a self-certification. You can get that done today. And I'm telling you right now, it's not that many names on that directory for Section 3 businesses. So, if you sleep this one, it's on you. Dr. Elliott is coming.
You said that there were, Patrick, you said that there were 25 to 30 bids that are on the street. I work and try and meet certifications, and I'm meeting my targets right now with MWBE. Where are you advertising those bids right now? What's been lit? Because I have not been able to find out about it, and my calls to hunt have gone unreturned. And I've been reaching out to a gentleman whose name I was given through the general switchboard who was working for the project. So I'm looking for contacts because I'd like to be part of this.
Yeah, so it'll be 25 to 30 total packages. We don't have 25 to 30 total packages on the street today.
Okay.
Yeah, I have not received any phone calls from you. I can give you my card and we can talk. Definitely. I don't know if there's anything publicly advertised.
Then how is it getting, because there's a room full of folks who would love to work for you folks. How is that information getting out there? I guess that's my question.
Let me see. Normally, we get notification of normally, we get notification, Office of Minor Affairs gets notified of this, so we blast all of our WBEs, generally speaking, and we often, in many cases, blast to a particular trade that's being or trades that are being advertised. If you are certified, you have that benefit. It's one of the benefits of being certified with us if you register. So that's what we're going to operate. We will be notified up top that the bid is about to be released. You will get notification of it before the opening date. We blast, our staff blast as soon as we get it. And we have not blasted it. It's been full. Okay. Sure.
I don't think I got an answer to my question, but whatever.
So how about this? Would this help you? Do we have an anticipation of when these bid packages are expected to hit the street?
Yeah, yes, we have.
So we're going to share that.
Okay.
So after, during the networking session, feel free to approach them and speak with them individually and get their information.
We can't have the date?
Yeah, we can share it. Yeah.
Do you have an advertisement company that's helping you market it?
Several bid packages, different dates.
Just for instance, I understand electricals on the street. I have electrical contracting, opportunities, and I'm partnering with MWBE to meet those, and I'm certified and all that sort of stuff, but yet I don't know about these opportunities. And so I'm not trying to be adversarial, please. I'm just trying to work, that's all.
There was a slide there that spoke about dates and one-on-one with MWBEs. Is that a way that we facilitate some of those dates? And when are those dates going to happen?
They should be having during the bid process, and even after award, we'll still be going, obviously.
Could you speak up a bit, please? Can't hear you. Speak up.
Just as a general idea of what we've been doing so far, if we are meeting with trade contractors or potential trade contractors, nothing's been awarded yet, MWBE is always a part of the conversation, always. So Forest City has gotten a number of calls since the project was first announced. Any names that I've received, Hunt has included on their bid list. If there is a bid list even being circulated for discussion, it's right on the front page, whether MWBE, who is MWBE, who is local. Those things are all very important to us. And it's part of, the way that this program succeeds is that it's not an afterthought, it's part of the DNA going into it, and that is the way that we've been approaching it. I personally was not aware of the great resource that we have here with the county, and obviously that's something that we're going to jump on now.
Sir? My name is Reverend Reginald Benjamin. I'm the Executive Director of Alva Leadership Center. Let me just start out saying out front, I'm very skeptical even about this particular meeting, whether you guys are sincere or not, because we've been trying to reach out to Ratner to find out what we need to do for minority participation in this particular project, and nobody seems to know anything. Until last week, we didn't have no communication as far as that goes. Also, the community's been fighting to get a CBA so that we can guarantee that we get some kind of benefit out of this project. And frankly speaking, from what I understand, Ratner has been very hostile to that. Right. I need to know what kind of assurance, is this just a farce, you're doing this because you have to have a meeting? What kind of guarantees that you're going to have that you're going to give minorities an opportunity to participate in this project? In times past, you guys make these fantastic meetings, and at the end of the day, less than 1% of minorities get the opportunity to participate in contracts, particularly in Nassau County. So I want to know, what are you doing different than what you've been doing in the past? Because in the past, it's been a abysmal thing.
I don't know that I would agree with the fact that we've been abysmal. If you look at our projects that we've done in the past, we actually have very high minority participation. If you look at all of our Pacific Park work, we have very high MWBE goals, and we work very hard to achieve them. And now we're coming to Nassau, so I can't speak to what's happened in Nassau in the past, only what our history has been in performance. And
may I say this? I'm going to get in trouble for this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I sit on the Council of Minority Affairs, and what I'm telling you is based on what I know. So if you have some other statistic that contradict what I'm saying, I'm willing to hear it, see it. I just want to know, are you just having an exercise in futility? Is this just for a show to make a nice picture? Or are you guys sincere about trying to give us an opportunity to go to work? Remember, this project is surrounded by the minority community. How many people in the minority community are going to get an opportunity to go to work? All right. In most cases, we don't. Projects go up, and if you look from the looks of the project, you figure, whoa. But the truth of the matter is we get left out, frozen out, and closed out in terms of most of these projects. What are you going to do that's going to be different?
Mr. Benjamin, you do serve on our advisory committee, and I know how hard you fight, and I know some successes you've had. So I'm not here to rationalize anything. I think that the day begins to be a start. Our office will be getting directly involved with the 20%. We will be monitoring. We have apparatus. We have the ability to monitor the 20%. That's why I asked you to do the math. At the end of the day, we'll be a report card on how well we dealt with the 20% that is involved in the contract. Now, the difference, I must say, we are well under in terms of minority participation, and women are doing better, but the minority is lacking, and we know that, and we want to work on that aggressively. Those are my concerns also. The difference in this project, and I want to hear other questions after this, I don't want to stay in one spot, but this is a very critical point, I think, that connects to other people's points, is that this is not public, it's not public money. Well, normally when we get state money or federal money, we have to, required by the state and the feds to do certain things. This is private money. That's not an excuse. This is not an excuse not to. That's why I told you that the 20% is in the contract. This is private money being used here. And when it's private money, we are imposing the same standards that we have for public money. We're doing that as an affirmative activity or action, and they've been amenable to that. So we're not here to apologize for that. I want to make sure that we're inclusive in the question and answer period, and that we don't leave people out. I need to hear from this side of the room, and we'll be back on this side. Yes.
Is the site work package, retail, memorial sloan catering, is that going to be under a different general contractor / construction management, or is that on the hunt scope of work? I'm just curious.
It is not on the hunt scope of work.
Okay.
To be told. It is not, it's not been awarded yet. Those will all be separate packages is the way
Is
that
that going to be a
it's
whole bid that you're going to put out to general contractors?
We will be bidding that out, yes.
It's going to be public, or is it everything going to be private? I'm just curious.
I would see it as a private bid,
Okay.
but we are collecting names of people who are interested.
Development printing company. I'm a minority and woman certified company. My question is yes, I am registered with Empire State, the Port Authority, and the Nassau County. If you're registered under a certain area, you will only get, that information for what you're registered under, for certain things. So for instance, right now, we do a lot of blueprints and we do a lot of like the copies, certain things for other contractors. Is there an opportunity to also get involved with the contractors that are under your bid that need minority companies so that they can know who I am as well as Nassau County? And the second part of that question is, I do not get emailed directly, obviously, to Nassau County. I have to go on your website every week, Nassau County, to see what's available. And when you're running a small business, it's not so easy. Is there a way to get direct information about bids that are coming up like that? And is there a way to get in contact with other contractors, architects, engineers, construction, electrical?
Well, if you're certified with Nassau County, I have to say that they're updating our information. So when we send out a blast, we send it out to everybody, unless you tell us you don't want to. Some people say they don't want to receive it anymore, but we send it out to every single company that's certified with Nassau County. Yeah. So are you certified with us? Okay. So then, Pierre, you have to make sure, check with them and make sure we have your information correct. The other thing is to this gentleman over here. Now that we are involved and they have our contact information, when they have something hit the street, they're going to let us know, and we will be blasting it to everyone. So if you're not already on our list, see one of the gentlemen and make sure. And then Kelly has an extensive list. So if Kelly has the information and I have the information, we will make sure that you get the information.
Before we take the next question, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the minority leader of the Nassau County Legislature, Mr. Kevin Neighbors. Give him a hand.
There's a component to this multi-million-dollar project for apprenticeship on this project, which is very, very important where the minority community is concerned. Anyone can answer me to that?
We do have a PLA on this project, and we are utilizing all of the building trades, so they have their apprenticeship programs. Separate from that, there isn't an apprenticeship program.
But hold on a minute, because I like these growing questions about the building trade is going to do this and do that. don't you think that since Ratner is doing this project within this community and Nassau County, I hear my good friend said before that this is all private money, but I'm going to have to disagree with you a little bit, Reverend Elliott, because reading in the news there, the asked the county for $43 million or something like that is going into this project from the tax period of Nassau County. Whether it's coming from the RDA or not, it's money. All right? And I don't know how the RDA get their money, but I think this project should have some component where apprenticeship is concerned. But I would like to know who the unions that you guys have on this contract, and then we will fight with them.
I'm the president and CEO of Hanson Group. I'm a distributor for Solar World out of Oregon, and also a distributor for GE. Now, what I see going on, especially in Nassau County, and I happen to work for the Port Authority in Nassau County, Oppenheimer and other companies, and I see a lot of companies coming in and they're raping Nassau County, and that's why our tax is so high. I support business who come in and actually build up Nassau County because that's tax revenue, and our tax on a house could go down. But I know all about that project by Hanson Place because my family is involved in Hanson Place. And my grandmother had to give up her house to build that Bartlett's. And they should have something in that contract for those people who give up their home and said when it comes profitable, they should get a piece of the pie. Now it's $150,000 to rent 4 hours in there. Now, this project here, I'm watching it very closely. Because even the town took those land and get Hamptons Avalon Bay from West Virginia, and they get money from the feds and the state to build affordable housing. One apartment in there is $2,600. Okay? Now, yeah, I'm going to relate to Mr. Elliott because you are saying that they're putting up their own money. We own that land. Taxpayer own that land at the Coliseum. We could stop that project right now. I got over 4,000 signatures. Okay? And we are watching because the project where they're getting money from the state and the feds, they should hire people in the community. I went over there the other day, I see all BMW Life Quality, and those are from Brooklyn. We are watching this project, we could stop it, and I will stop it in federal court. You know, if people in the neighborhood don't get contract and don't get jobs, I will file an injunction to stop it. I study constitutional law, and I'm telling you, I'm watching Nassau County, period now. Too much corruption here, and I'm telling you, I reached at a stage in my life, I have 5 sons here, I'm not gonna have it any longer. I'm telling you guys, do the right thing, we support business coming in, but I want people in Nassau County to get the job. I don't want you to bring in your workers and bring in the material, because that's not a good investment for Nassau County. Okay? And I'm telling City Rep, and I know all about him. I worked for Bloomberg before I became mayor. I know all about it. I was in Wall Street. I know what's going on. And I'm telling you guys, do the right thing, or else the Fed will be here, Scheidemann will be here, and I'm telling you, make sure every T is crossed and every dot is crossed. So, Mr. Elliott, when you talk about they spending the whole money, we own that land. The taxpayer own Nassau County.
When I said that, I was
okay?
referring to the
Right here in Nassau County are able to engage in these opportunities. And we would encourage you to look at some of the strategies that New York State has employed in exceeding their MWBE goals, looking at the different projects and maybe breaking them down. So a smaller company, an MWBE, could engage in a piece of that. We encourage you to engage organizations like us on a local level because we have a whole host of trades and professional services that are ready, willing, and able and certified to work. So we encourage you to continue that outreach, networking opportunities for your prime contractors who may be looking to subcontract. That's where we're going to be able to make some of those connections. And you as the lead organizations in managing this are going to be the entity to help us make those connections. So we encourage you to use the resources that are available to you. Thank you.
We want you to take advantage of the interaction, the networking, and you will be able to ask more specific goals of specific concern. We heard your concerns today, and that's why we have the Office of Migrant Affairs, because we fight every day to make sure your concerns are met and are addressed. And so let's look forward. It's not easy. The county executive said it's challenging. However, I think we have an opportunity to do the right thing, and we have many eyes watching, and we are the report card. We will have the report card for this project. So we want to conclude this part. A bill has been prepared with very complete information, as well as we have the opportunity to network.
20 minutes out to simple.
I know, we allotted 15 minutes of question and answer. I will hear your question, but if we could keep on for another hour, you know, and that's not the design of this program today. Yes.
Besides being qualified as a minority, do we need to be pre-qualified by Hunt and Retina? Because I know once I tried as a private project with Hunt, there was more landmines with that than there is in Afghanistan. I mean, these guys are trying to make sure that the minority don't get anything. So is this just a show like the gentleman said over there? Or are they going to make it reasonable for us to be able to be? And the other thing is, they also throw in, you must have had an experience in a Coliseum to do the job. Well, how many Coliseums has anybody? You know?
If you have a problem,
if I know what I'm doing,
right here.
I'm good enough.
Right. That's our big concerns, and please speak with the organization doing the networking piece where any concerns or how you'd like to be involved in the project. If it's not involved.
We'd like to give the opportunity to this gentleman with his hand up to speak. He's from the Building Trades Group.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. I'd just like for the record to reflect that I represent 59,000 men and women of the Nassau Suffolk Building Trades. We're part of the project labor agreement. I can tell you that the surrounding area, we have hundreds, if not thousands, of minority members that will all be given an opportunity. Love to do that, and looking forward to doing it. There's not going to be an issue of minority participation by any shape of the imagination. You know, my membership, I'd say, is close to 40% minority, and you know, in those areas, I don't have exact numbers, but I can tell you, you're not going to have a shortage of minorities working in that job, guaranteed.
Thank you, Mr. Workman. At this point, we'd like to remind you.
By the way, the apprenticeship was addressed. We've been around for 100 years with an apprenticeship program certified by the state of New York, and I've never had any blemishes on our record, apprenticeship program. A lot of people profess to have programs, and New York State in the last several years has suspended over 100 of them because they're bogus. People like to run around and say they have them, all right? And if they have them, they're just creating. I would recommend that anybody who wants to come and see my facilities, okay, with 34 affiliates that belong to this building trades, they all have an apprenticeship facility. And I would recommend that you go and see them, some of them, and then I would recommend to see what the other side has, and you can draw your own conclusions. Thank you.
You'll be around. You have to
I have another meeting to go to. I have a couple more minutes here, and then I have to go.
Okay, we'll make sure we get your information.
Okay.
Contact information. Thank you. Okay, so I just would like to ask you to please sign in if you haven't done so already. And there is lunch set up in the adjoining hallway with tables for networking. If you have additional questions,